Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel for Earle Wellbeing. And I thought if you're watching this in real time, coming up to the Easter bank holiday weekend, I'd just throw out a few really simple, healthy eating tips to have the most well-being of Easter weekend. So starting, of course, Easter isn't Easter without eggs, is it? But I am talking about these beauties. Free-range organic eggs. I usually start my day with 1 or 2 eggs, pretty much every day, to be honest. Incredibly good source of complete protein, cysteine. They are just nature's fabulous convenience food. In fact, I have eaten one already just before I started filming this. The great thing about starting the day with a bit of protein and a bit of high fat is that it helps to keep your blood sugar stable. And I think that's the key thing, actually. Easter is such a time, isn't it? You've got Easter egg hunts and loads of chocolate and hot cross buns and simnel cake and all of that. Well, that's okay in moderation, but if we can just find really simple ways to help keep the blood sugars stable and eating fat or protein first thing, rather than tucking into toast and jam or cereal, is a really good, easy hack. And in fact, if you are planning a meal, try and get that healthy fat and that protein in first of all. So really easy ways, like this is a really nice goat gouda. And you know, if I'm having a big dinner or a lunch, then I will just have a small bit of cheese first, delicious, or maybe, you know, olives. In the evening, olives, delicious, high in good healthy fats, lots of vitamin E, got polyphenols, good gut bug friendly ingredients in olives. So better to serve something like that than to go for the crisps and the high carb salty snacks. When it comes to eating, obviously try and load up veggies on your plate. Try and put loads of really colourful veggies. Eat the rainbow. Some of my favourite things here, red cabbage. Really great if you're roasting a chicken or serving roast lamb, traditional for Easter. Red cabbage has got so many good natural ingredients in there, and because it's a purpley colour, it has those anthocyanins, those really powerful antioxidants. Cabbage, broccoli, these are from the brassica family. Again, really healthy. Sulforaphane, one of the key plant chemicals in that. Even cauliflower, and you might think, well, cauliflower is not that colourful. Obviously inside here it's a white vegetable, but it also is part of the brassica family, like Brussels sprouts, and it has lots of really healthy key ingredients. So try and load up with those. Other things that are gut friendly, you can make a big salad using things like chicory. Any of the slightly bitter salad ingredients are really good for the liver, and the digestion. Things like fennel, that's really good to chop up and add into a salad. I've got my salad leaves here, so mixed leaves. The darker the colour of the leaf, the more nutrients it contains. So things like rocket, for example, is really lovely and dark. And of course, one of my favourites, and I don't often use this word lightly, as you know, talking about superfoods, but watercress definitely is right up there. And the key about watercress is that to get maximum benefit, you need to eat it raw. So don't boil it to death in a soup. You can very lightly steam it or just throw it into a soup at the last minute if you really want to. But I serve it as a garnish. I mix it into salads. I sprinkle it onto, you know, any of my roasts, lamb, beef, chicken. My kids know that there's a compulsory bit of watercress that lands on their plate to go with it. So those are the kind of things that I'll be serving. Obviously, if you're going to drink alcohol, pace yourself. One of the healthiest things that you can have is a delicious glass of red wine. Love a glass of red wine. But what I try and do, again, is eat first. So don't drink on an empty stomach. Try and have something to line your stomach first. And of course, pace yourself with plenty of water. So the rule for me is for every glass of wine or alcoholic drink, at least one large glass of water. In between times. Then what to serve for pudding? Well, some of the healthiest things obviously are berries. The 2 key berries that I keep coming back to time and time again, blueberries and raspberries. They are very low on the glycemic index, so they're naturally low in sugars, and they contain lots of those lovely colourful plant phenols, polyphenols. So delicious. Of course, you can have cream. Why not? But if you also want to mix it up a bit and have some good gut bacteria going on, Mix your cream with a bit of plain live yogurt. If you're serving crumbles or things like that, which is another family favourite of mine, I actually serve mine with kefir. So I'll pour some kefir into a jug and have that on a table instead of custard or cream. It's a really simple hack, but actually it tastes really good because the sharpness of the kefir just cuts through some of the extra sweetness of puddings. And talking about sweetness, last but not least, Easter eggs. Obviously, we're all going to be eating maybe a little bit of a chocolate egg. This is one of my favourite British brands, Salcombe Dairy. Now this is obviously a milk chocolate egg, but you can get dark chocolate eggs, you can buy dark chocolate. So the darker the chocolate, the healthier it is, the more polyphenols it contains, the lower the sugar. This is one of their chocolate bars, which I like actually. It's dark chocolate tangerine. And this is, if I look at the amount of cocoa solids, 73%. So I would always aim for like 65, 75% cocoa solids as a minimum, really, because the more of the cocoa solids that you have in your chocolate, the darker the chocolate, the better it is for you and the less likely it is to spike your blood sugar levels. So if you're buying chocolate or you're eating eggs this Easter, just take a look at the cocoa solids on the ingredient label before you eat. But above all else, enjoy and have a very happy Easter.